as pelvic floor therapists, we talk about pee and poop all the time. I'll ask my patients, do you know when you have to fart? And they'll be like, yes. Okay. Do you know what it feels like to have a big old fart and you have to hold it in? Because I know you have. Like, you've been on an elevator, you've been in a vehicle. There are times where you don't want to expel gas, correct? And they'll laugh. They're like, yeah, of course. Great. That means you hear information from inside your body that doesn't come from this world. Your mom doesn't tell you when you have to fart. Your body does. That is just one little way in which you are confident that you're connected with your body. Or I could say, Diana, pick your hand up and move your fingers around. Does it hurt? Great. What do you feel? What sensation do you feel when you move your fingers around?
Nothing. I mean, I just know that I'm moving them.
You know that you're moving them.
Uh-huh.
Maybe if I gave you a ball to squeeze, you could be like, oh yeah, now my fingers are starting to get tired.
Uh-huh.
They might be feeling tight. Or if you stretch your hand, oh, I feel pulling here. Mm-hmm. Anytime you can put a word or a sensation to what you experience in your body, you're connected to your body.
And then coming back to the farting, for those women who I don't know, not
Right.
talking for myself,
Yeah.
but for those women I know that maybe they don't have the power, like they cannot stop their farts,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
or that they are peeing on their own, because then there's the aftermath.
Right, right.
Can you help with that?
Yes. So specifically with what we call urinary incontinence, which means that you leak urine and you don't want it to come out. So I tend to give a little more grace, and there's plenty of women's health PTs who would agree that in that third trimester, particularly at the very end, and in what we call the fourth trimester, so from the moment of delivery through your baby's third month, some incontinence during those 2 phases can be considered normal. So I'll say this, if you are 38 weeks pregnant, you have a full bladder, and you get hit with 4 sneezes back to back, I'm not gonna be that concerned that you lost a little urine.
Okay.
If you just pushed a baby out of your vagina 10 days ago, and you just finished a feed for your baby, and your bladder is full, and you have to walk far with a heavy baby that you don't want to disrupt its sleep, and you leak a little urine, I'm not that concerned. What I will say is, outside of those 2 small windows, any amount of loss of urine, gas, or bowel beyond your control is a problem. Like, you should want to fix that because it can and should be fixed. And then the other thing I'll say about postpartum leaking is it should be notably better by that first month. And I don't know what better means, because I don't know if you're losing your entire bladder every time you stand up, then better is, a pad or 2 a day.
Okay.
If you had a little leaking for the first week after delivery, a month later, you probably should be dry, right? Mm-hmm. Like, it depends on what your status was, but you should be able to look back and be like, oh, yeah, delivery was worse. Today I'm better.